You're about to meet someone new, and naturally, you want to make a good impression. However, trying too hard to come across as perfect can sometimes do more harm than good. It's easy to feel anxious when you're thinking about how to act, what to say, or even what to wear. But remember, the key to a successful first date is not about being flawless. It's about being yourself and making a genuine connection. First dates are all about getting to know someone, so you don't need to put too much pressure on yourself. However, there are a few common mistakes that can make things awkward or send the wrong message, even if you don't mean to. Avoiding these mistakes can help you feel more relaxed and make the experience enjoyable for both of you. Here are 7 things you should definitely avoid doing on a first date to increase your chances of success. 1. Arriving late. Punctuality shows respect. Being late, even by a few minutes, can give the impression that you're not taking the date seriously or that you don't respect the other person's time. Instead of rushing in at the last minute, aim to arrive at least 10 to 15 minutes early. Showing up on time makes you look thoughtful and responsible, and it sets the tone for a positive first impression. 2. Staying glued to your phone. Be present in the moment. We live in a world where smartphones are always within reach, but on a first date, it's best to put your phone away and focus on the person in front of you. Constantly checking your phone, responding to texts, or scrolling through social media sends the message that you're not fully interested in the conversation or the person sitting across from you. Unless you're expecting an urgent call, it's best to silence your phone and leave it in your pocket or bag. Your date should feel like they have your undivided attention. 3. Ignoring personal space. Don't rush physical boundaries. Personal space is important, especially when you're meeting someone for the first time. Even if the conversation is flowing smoothly and you feel comfortable, it's important to respect the other person's boundaries. Don't get too physically close or touchy, as this can make your date feel uncomfortable. Think of a first date as the beginning of a slow burn romance. Let things develop naturally and give the other person time to feel at ease with you. Keep your hands to yourself unless they signal that they're comfortable with light, casual contact. By being mindful of their personal space, you're showing that you respect their boundaries, which can lead to a better connection in the long run. 4. Drinking too much. Keep alcohol consumption in check. A drink or two can help calm your nerves and make the date feel more relaxed. But be careful not to overdo it. Drinking too much alcohol can lead to behavior that you might regret later, like saying something awkward or acting inappropriately. You don't want to end the date with embarrassing moments that overshadow what could have been a fun evening. It's perfectly okay to enjoy a drink to take the edge off, but try to keep it moderate. Stay in control of your actions. And remember that the goal is to get to know the other person, not to get carried away by the moment. Drinking responsibly will help you stay sharp, engaged, and focused on making a good impression. 5. Asking personal or sensitive questions. Keep it light. First dates are about having fun, not diving into deep or heavy topics right away. It's tempting to ask questions that get to the heart of who someone is. But certain topics, like past relationships, personal traumas, or money, can be too much for a first meeting. Asking questions that are too personal can come across as intrusive and make the other person uncomfortable. Instead, stick to light and interesting topics like hobbies, favorite movies, or travel experiences. You'll have plenty of time to dig deeper if the relationship progresses. For now, keep the conversation relaxed and enjoyable. This will make your date feel more at ease and help the conversation flow naturally. 6. Assuming the other person will split the bill. Be clear about who's paying. When it comes to paying the bill, don't just assume the other person will pay or that you'll split it. Money can be a sensitive topic, and it's best to avoid awkwardness by discussing it ahead of time or offering to pay. If you're planning to split the bill, bring it up casually during the date. However, if you're the one who invited the person out, it's generally polite to offer to pay for the meal or activity. But if they insist on splitting the cost, be gracious and go with the flow. The key here is to communicate clearly and avoid any uncomfortable assumptions. 7. Expecting physical intimacy. Don't rush things. One of the biggest mistakes people make on a first date is assuming that it will lead to a kiss or even more by the end of the night. However, it's important not to put any pressure on the other person or expect physical intimacy. Let the pace of the relationship unfold naturally and allow the other person to set their own boundaries. If your date feels comfortable and things progress naturally, that's great. But don't assume or push for something physical to happen. The goal of the first date is to get to know each other and see if there's a connection. Respecting the other person's space and not rushing things will leave a better impression and create a foundation for future dates. Conclusion: stay respectful, relaxed, and mindful. First dates don't have to be stressful if you go in with the right mindset. The main goal is to enjoy yourself while getting to know the other person, and that can be done by simply being respectful and thoughtful. By avoiding these common mistakes, like arriving late, being glued to your phone, drinking too much, or asking overly personal questions, you can help create a comfortable and positive experience for both of you. Remember, first dates are about building a connection, and by staying mindful of your behavior and the other person's boundaries, you'll set the stage for a potential second date. Watch this video to see the 15 great questions to ask him or her on the first date.